Hey, yo, Rod.
Hey, yo, Eric.
It's good to see you. We don't see each other
Always.
enough.
I know, and every time we see each other, it's always like a gathering or something. So it's the
That's
first time in a while, I guess since I ran into you randomly in the city, that we get some one-on-one time.
Well, most people listening to this are probably Roundtable fans, at least to start. Hope to build audience from there.
Right.
But they know you from the Wrestling Roundtable. I know you a lot longer than that, over half our lives now, because we met in high school. Tell us about the day we
98.
met, because I remember that pretty well.
Yeah, so it's 98, right? First year of, junior year of high school. And yeah, we were in video class, FPAC together. So for those of you who don't really know what FPAC is, it stands for Fine Performing Arts. We were in a specially selected video program. We were one out of 12 students selected in the whole district.
And FPAC was video, acting,
Dance.
or theater, writing, right?
Yeah,
All that.
writing, dance. They had dance people
Right.
too. So this is a time when wrestling was hot. Austin was hot. Triple H, The Rock was just starting to get hot. It was there. It wasn't 99 peak, but it was there.
Yeah, but for us wrestling fans, when we grew up as wrestling fans, WWF, WCW, ECW, this was a hot time.
To me, this is the hottest year ECW was. So Eric walks in, and he has a DX shirt.
Was it D? I thought it was NWO.
No, you had a DX shirt.
Okay.
At least the first day I saw you had a DX shirt. And I remember thinking, oh, God, here's this guy who probably just started watching wrestling. And
Well,
has a DX
what were
shirt.
you wearing?
The first day we acknowledged each other, I think I was wearing a Living Dangerously shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to the Living Dangerously pay-per-view in Asbury Park that year. We looked over to each other and you held up the triple threat sign. And I was like, all right, this guy knows his ECW. Which is funny because it's kind of foreshadowing how we're going to form the triple threat.
Right. And what we called ourselves the triple threat? It was you, me, and
Jehoda.
Mike Jehoda. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have done without you guys in that class.
We would have.
Can you imagine that? If only one of us was in that class and not the other two?
I would have been sitting in a corner by myself.
Oh, man. We
Well-
had to join the others.
Right. That's what we called everybody else in class, the others. But how'd you start watching wrestling? How'd you become a fan?
I would say probably late 80s. I started watching it. I remember some stuff here and there, like the famous Saturday Night Main Event when Macho turned on Hulk. I remember watching that with my family, and before my grandma moved in, she lived in Brooklyn, and when I get dropped off at her house, we would watch wrestling, whether it's Superstars or Challenge. So probably I would say 89, 90 is when I really started watching it religiously, every week. And Royal Rumble 91 was the first pay-per-view that I ordered. And to this day, it's still one of my favorite pay-per-views because I think just from top to bottom, as a pay-per-view, as an event, it was just fucking great. Yeah, after that, I was just hooked. I was just hooked on these bigger-than-life, superstars and, just Hogan and the intense storyline with Macho and Ultimate Warrior at the time. Things back then seemed very natural, and wrestling was just hot.
You mean it wasn't written by 10 people feeding everybody line for line?
No. Yeah, to me, it was just great television. It was just great entertainment. Yeah, and then from then on, I was hooked probably until about, 2006, 7-ish, 8-ish.
Right before we started recording, you said something about how long it's been since we've been basically diehard fans.
Yeah. It was funny, too, because, this is when I was working in the city, and you and Lawrence would come over every Monday, which I miss that dearly.
Right.
Those days. But it's when we still lived, within 20 minutes of each other.
I used to call that my weekly therapy session. And not for the wrestling, because that would put me in therapy.
Yeah.
But I mean, you and me and Lawrence getting together and seeing my friends every week. I knew I'd at least see you guys once a week, and we'd catch up, we'd have some laughs. That was what I really looked forward to, it not watching Randy Orton or whatever.
Yeah. No, it was, because, not like Raw was, hot. It wasn't as bad as it is now. But it was just something in the background, and I think having those nights kind of sparked the Wrestling Roundtable.
Oh, they did.
Who knew that Donald Trump, we could all thank Donald Trump for the Wrestling Roundtable.
You're welcome, losers.